Welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is the show where we talk about everything from liturgy
to Lexapro. Hello, everybody. And we're back. Na, na, na.
Guess who's back? You guys, the devil works hard, but Anti-Depressing works harder because tell me how. I do not have my laptop with me. Chenele had to take a nap before this because your girl is exhausted. And we're still here recording because
we need to talk.
we
If
need
anything,
to talk.
we need to talk.
Honestly, the past week and a half has been such a moment for millennials, specifically millennial women, I would say. We took last week off because my husband was gone all week on a work trip, and there's just no way to record this podcast with no husband support and 3 children. There's just no possible way. There is no one to keep these kids from crying and running in the door. There isn't. But we're back and we're ready to process what the last 9 days or so have meant to us and to all of you, and how we and Demi Lovato are healing through all of this.
You're. I think that's what the kids are saying. You're.
What are they? Yurt?
Like,
yurt?
Yes. I think it's like.
Isn't yurt like a hut? What is that?
I think it is also a hut.
Yeah.
But I think the kids are saying yurt. Let me Google
to mean what?
I think it means
like
yes. Yurt?
What is yurt?
Meaning yes.
How do you learn what kids are saying? TikTok?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh no, are you saying something problematic?
No. Yurt. Wait. Okay, yurt does not mean yes. It is a greeting originating from Appalachia.
I don't feel like that's what the kids are saying, though.
I feel like they're saying that.
Like
anyway.
On Urban Dictionary, maybe? I'm afraid for you to type in yurt on Urban Dictionary, but I feel like where else do you find out what people are saying?
Drop in the chat, y'all. Are kids saying yurt? I don't know. So the point is, yes, it is hard to make things happen without a boo because those kids be crying and be walking in this studio.
Facts.
So here we are. We're here. We're excited.
We're
Jasmyn,
back.
How the heck are you?
Good. I'm so invested in yurt now. But most of what I'm finding is from 2016, which is just not going to help us.
Yeah, I do believe that I might have hallucinated it.
I think you might have made it up. But okay, in 2005, yurt was a suburban slang. Suburban slang is interesting to me. For a good-looking person.
Okay, a yurt? Yeah. I just really feel like there are kids saying yurt. Like, yeah.
I feel they might. Should we phone a friend? Like, do we have to call?
I just feel like
we have to call the youngest person we're friends with?
My
James?
Niece?
Do we need
James? Yeah, it's like James and my niece, and I'm just gonna text James and be like, "Hey, are kids saying yurt?"
Okay, when I'm done saying how I am, I'm gonna send him a text and let's see if we get a response on this episode. And maybe we should just call him. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
He will be like, you know what? I don't know. But how the heck are you?
You know what? I overall am really good. This actually leads into some anti-depressing Catholic news, so I can tell you that and then tell me how you are. My grandfather died yesterday, which Chenele knew him, loved him. He was just the best. 96 years old. Can't complain about a long, beautiful life like that. Loved us all well. Hardest working person I've ever met. Super kind and gentle to his grandkids and just sweet. And we'll miss him a ton. And my daughters love him. But it's been beautiful to be able to teach them about like grief and how to like love someone in their last days and what that looks like. And so very obviously sad, but also beautiful and anti-depressing because he is going to be in a better place. And our prayer is that Jesus welcomes him home and he gets to be reunited with my grandma. They were married for over 50 years. Super sweet, super cute. So prayers for him. His name was Jim Dooley, James Phillip. So classy. So please pray for him. Keep him in your prayers as he moves on from this life and is welcome to heaven.
Look at that, dude. He was so cute, you guys. The definition of just grandpa that would sit in their backyard and just watch the kids do stuff for hours.
Just happy to be there, truly.
It was so cute, just like so happy to be in the mix. And people would be like, "Hey, Grandpa," and just he'd be like, "Yeah," and just he would just
like literally.
And then they would be like, "Hey, do you need something?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like he was so precious.
So literally
like,
the best.
That like people that precious have to be in heaven. So he's definitely
I know, right?
Yeah, there's like no question about it. So you guys, in this antidepressant Catholic news, we asked for prayers that just comfort for his fam, and that he's like in the arms of Jesus, dancing up in heaven, just vibing, because he deserves to vibe.
He does deserve to vibe.
Well, Jasmyn, you're a rock star, and I'm sure he would be proud of the life that his grandchildren built for themselves.
Thank you.
And
thank you. And his bonus grandchild, how are you?
You know what? Bonus brown grandchild, I am good. Work is good. Life is good. I'm, just like I'm moving along. Honest to God, I've just been seeing our stories, and I've been so excited about things happening. That I'm like, should I go to this Jonas Brothers concert? Did I miss it? Is it coming to Orlando? I don't even know if
it's coming. Okay, Chenele, how do you not know your dates? I know when it's coming to Orlando. It's coming to Orlando the last weekend in October. It's coming to me October 12th. So we have two options here.
Okay.
And like, I'm kind of confused about why we haven't already bought tickets.
Because
but
I know your sister was like, "Are we going to this?" And then
she did text us both. And honestly, normally I am decent at responding, and you are a little more delayed. But something's happening with us, not as a call out, Chenele, just as who we are.
Please.
But something is happening right now where actually both of us are very slow to respond to messages.
No, something is actually happening. I do believe that something is happening within my brain where I'm turning into that old woman that's like, oh gosh, like it's the text. Like,
there's so many texts. Why can't someone just call me?
Like I'm turning old where I'm like, oh, every time I get a text, I'm like, whoa, gosh.
No, I literally feel the same. You have to think about your response. And it's really only, you know what the funny thing is though? I consistently will respond to messages from you and from my sister. But then if it goes in the group chat, I'm like,
can't.
That's too far.
If it's individual, if it's your sister, you, my mother,
they're getting responses.
My sisters, they're getting responses. Everybody else, I'm kind of like, you guys, I'll talk.
I have to wait. Like you have to wait in line.
Yeah,
it is true. But the Jonas Brothers do deserve response, and to that, we would like to publicly apologize.
So I'm sorry, Juliana,
and I'm sorry, Nick, Joe, and Kevin, in that order.
Because one of our stories is about the Jonas Brothers tour that is happening from your hometown. You guys might be like, what the freak? Do these girls only talk about the Jonas Brothers?
Yes.
Should we become just a Jonas Brothers subliminal?
Did we start this podcast so we could talk about the Jonas Brothers, but say it's because we have a pop culture podcast? Yeah.
Yeah. And so how am I doing? Essentially that. I'm doing well. Because Jonases are Jonasing, life is good. There's supposed to be a cold front coming to Florida, which means it's going to be like 70 degrees. So everyone here is kind of freaking out. We can't wait. There was a hurricane that was supposed to come that just skirted by us. And so people are just pretty pumped about that. And honestly, like life is good. I'm so happy to be here. And I've never been more excited to friggin' dance.
Are you ready?
Are
you ready for it?
Yeah. That blasted me into outer space. So,
same. And honestly, in a way that I needed.
Yeah.
I needed that jolt.
Now I'm ramped up.
It was legitimately turned up to level 10.
Yeah, I'm ramped up. So, you guys, in our first story, okay, we prepped you.
Okay.
We're going to talk about greetings from your hometown. But don't worry. We're going to talk about other people besides the Jonas Brothers.
It's not just the Jonas Brothers.
It's not just Jonas. Because they're doing their tour, Greetings from Your Hometown, kicked off August 10th. And it's only August 21st right now as we're recording this. And I feel like I've lived 20 lives seeing all the people that they brought on this tour.
Minimum, yeah.
You cannot go online and not see the people that the Jonas Brothers are bringing to this tour. So essentially they're going to these places and they're just bringing out every nostalgic artist
Everyone.
that you have ever thought of.
They're
So
essentially giving us exactly what we've all needed
what we've
for
all been
years.
begging for. So the opening night, who plays but Demi Lovato?
We couldn't have dreamed it better. I actually think if we didn't say it on here, we said it to each other that we wanted this to happen.
Probably. We have probably, you know, I wish we could just like rewind and be like, and put a clip from another podcast where we've been like, they're definitely going to bring out Demi Lovato, because I promise we have said it. So they brought out Demi, of course, This Is Me.
Of course.
They sang that duet. And of course, I wouldn't change a thing. I just cannot believe it. I wish I was there. Demi also looks fabulous. Congrats. She's looking healthy.
She looks so good.
So happy for her, dude. So
honestly,
happy.
Tomorrow when this episode drops, we should share the clip of her to our story on Instagram about what this meant to her, because she just went on one of the podcasts, one of the pop culture podcasts. Shockingly, not ours.
Not the most important.
Very shocking. One of those other ones. And she was talking about how literally Joe Jonas, which I love that the call came from him. I love that they've stayed in touch post them like dating and people being like, it's weird. And then being like, no, we're friends. We're cool.
Yeah.
That he called her a week before the show and was like, what are you doing next Thursday or next Saturday, whatever it was. Like, what are you doing this day? She was like, nothing. And he's like, okay, cool. Can we fly you out? And will you like come sing This Is Me? And I wouldn't change a thing. And she was like, actually, yeah. And how he, or all three of them, Joe, Nick, and Kevin, spent a bunch of time with her husband, like in the dressing room, hanging out, and that they actually like really wanted to get to know him and spent time, and how much it meant to her, and just like how healing it was for them to like, as adults, sing this song and like recognize everything they've been through together, and being able to like celebrate them all still being alive and still like wanting to do music and doing it together, and like seeing the growth and change they've had in life. And she was saying how healing it was, and I was like, that is how we all feel. Like watching this feels like that. Like, man, we all grew up together. Like we all grew up together.
Yeah,
it's so
we
crazy.
do feel like it's healing. And God bless Demi for just like leaning into her sobriety. So happy for her. Here at Anti-Depressing, y'all, we talk about mental health and we talk about all those good things. And we just want to applaud someone that's really traversed the crazy winding road of mental health and has landed in a happy place of sobriety to where she's able to celebrate a lot of years that she's given so many people, and she's able to be present in it, which is like super cool. So happy for you, Demi. It was beautiful, but it gets better.
It didn't end there. They could have stopped there.
They could have stopped there because people were freaking the freak out. But then it got better. They brought out friggin' Jesse McCartney. And yes, I have seen him live and it was transformative. They brought him out to sing Beautiful Soul. Crazy. Beautiful. But then you're like, well, how the freak else? Like, what? This is opening night. Like,
what else are we going to do here?
Don't worry. They brought out Switchfoot.
Classic.
Don't worry. Switchfoot, you guys, that in itself, it have been their concert. Like, Switchfoot is like a huge deal. So they brought out Switchfoot. Switchfoot sang Meant to Live, which just would have thrown me into like a ecstasy state. I don't even know if I would have lived.
100%.
And then they sang Hold On together. And then the entire Jonas family came out and sang When You Look Me in the Eyes.
This is so emotional to me. And one of my friends from my youth who we loved the Jonas Brothers, and she was my neighbor, and she texted me and was like, have you seen the When You Look Me in the Eyes with the whole Jonas family? And it was like, yeah, I'm dying. And she's like, I'm crying at every video. And she said, which I thought was such a good point, like, I've never thought about it from like a child to parent and parent to child perspective. Like I've always thought about it romantic, because that's like what they're like these heartthrob young guys. And when the parents came out, it like completely flipped this in my brain. I'm like, to think about that as like a parent to child relationship, and then to break down the lyrics of like, when you look me in the eyes and tell me that you love me, everything's all right.
Oh,
when you're right here by my side, when you hold me in my arms, I catch a glimpse of heaven, I find my paradise. When you look me in the eyes, take me down.
okay. That
Isn't that
actually kind of shook
so
me a little bit.
beautiful?
And like watching their
Oh,
dad sing it on the piano, and their daughter and Kevin's daughter sit next to their dad, and then like
with
their
their
mom do
grandpa?
sign language to it. Like it was just all a lot. It was all a lot. So that's
It
opening
was all a
night.
lot. They were giving a lot to us.
They were giving up. They were feeding us.
Yeah.
Then 2 days later, you guys, they go to Virginia. They bring out All Time Low. I feel like your husband would have friggin' loved
No,
that.
when I told him they brought out Switchfoot, he was like, when are they coming to Milwaukee? And I was like, yeah.
Like, dude, they brought out All Time Low, and they sang Dear Maria, Count Me In, which
Oh my gosh.
dude, oh my God. And then I wanted to die. They went to New Jersey, they brought Click 5. Now, the real ones know Click 5, okay? Because she's bittersweet, she knocks me off of my feet. And I can't understand anyone else, okay? Because you're just the girl I'm looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I think I just lost my breath.
No, but they're like bringing up deep cuts that people actually like almost forgot about. And then it's like unlocking something within you. You know, like they're giving millennials exactly what we want, need, desire,
begging
like
for.
just feeding us nonstop.
Begging
it's
for.
Actually crazy.
Then August 17th, they brought out none other than Hoobastank. Hoobastank to sing The Reason. Okay? And then on Monday night, they brought out Boys Like Girls.
Of course they did.
To sing The Great Escape, and 2 is better than 1.
Oh. Do you want to know who's opening for them in Milwaukee? The All-American Reject. This is crazy. This is the craziest tour. This is crazy. This is crazy.
The All-American Rejects by themselves, for sure. And then together with the Jonas Brothers. But they're not even the surprise guests. I'm sure there's just going to be more.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we have to start
on
thinking
the sheet.
of people.
They're there.
We have to start thinking of people that are from Wisconsin that would be nostalgic enough for the Jonas Brothers to bring out.
I don't know, but they're obviously willing to fly anyone out.
You guys, anyway, so
you don't
the
know
Jonas Brothers,
what's going to happen. Do you think it's like they'll kind of slow down the momentum? It's like first couple show hype, and they'll eventually kind of stop being this intense? Or do you think they'll just keep going?
I think they're going to keep doing it. I think they're going to keep going because honestly, people are loving it. I'm loving it. I think it's like building the momentum of this tour because they were just on tour, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, we just saw them a few years ago.
We just saw them. So people are kind of like, oh, why would I see the Jonas Brothers again? But now
because you don't know what's going to happen.
Why wouldn't I see the Jonas Brothers again?
Why wouldn't I?
And speaking of Disney stars that bring us just heavy on the nostalgia, it is the 20-year anniversary of Into the Rush. Now you might be thinking, what the heck is Into the Rush? Into the Rush was a work of art by Allie and AJ, dare I say.
Absolutely.
It was one of the more transformative pieces of art that I've ever consumed in my ears in my entire life.
From my ears to my heart.
From my ears to my heart. If you had 2 ears attached to a heart, you liked this album. So, and you might be thinking like, okay, well, what the heck? What song is on this album?
Tell them.
When you're moving through the crowd, trying to find yourself. Rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. Oh. Feeling like it's all left on a shelf and no one's drag you down. Here we go. And I am, who do I want to be? Do I want to throw away the key? Yeah. So,
oh my gosh.
20 years of that. I mean, and don't let nobody tell you this life is over. Be any color that you are.
Any color that you are.
So,
Into the Rush now.
It's just like amazing.
When they played that, when we saw them in concert, which there's some deep lore to us seeing them in concert. when I was just a young child,
when I was young, please,
my
please.
sister and I were shopping, probably for homecoming dresses. You know what it is, at the mall. And it was a mall that was like 40 minutes from our house. And we saw a sign. This is like when stuff like this just happened. The like 2010s were so crazy, you guys. It was just the best. This was probably like 2009, to be honest. Such a crazy time to be alive that we were just walking through the mall, and all of a sudden there was a sign that was like, Allie and AJ pop-up show tonight at 7. Crazy. Like, this stuff happened. Unfortunately, one of us had like a sporting thing or something, and we were like, we can skip it. Who cares? But my mom was like, you cannot. And so she was like, we have to go home. And so we left like 30 minutes before the show started. And so I didn't get to see Allie and AJ. And Chenele, as my dear friend, knew this. And so they came to the House of Blues at Disney Springs on the night of my 30th birthday. And so Chenele got us tickets, and we went and saw Allie and AJ and reclaimed what was lost. And it was so good. It was so good. And we knew like some of their new stuff because we try to stay relevant, which is also good. Like, everything they do, good. But when they started playing anything from the Into the Rush album,
we were gone.
It was so funny because they kind of waited until later in the show, and there was this guy by us, and he was like, are they going to do this or not? Because like, I'm getting tired.
Because let's be serious.
Old. Like, you know your fans are old. Like, be serious.
And we're standing on the floor. This is standing. We're standing on the floor the entire time. We ate before we prepped, and we're standing on the floor. We're watching them. We're actually pretty close to them.
We're
standing.
So
we're watching them. We're listening to them sing. Their songs are good. Like, the album itself.
Yeah,
really
we're still
good.
dancing and bopping, but
we're still dancing and bopping. But we're kind of like, okay, when are they gonna sing the stuff we're here for? Okay. Then they're like, hey, you guys might recognize this. Into your head, out of your... And everybody just lost their flipping minds.
Lost it.
All around, Allie and AJ, happy 20-year anniversary this month.
Happy 20th. It's beautiful to see you still doing stuff. It is really the theme of the podcast today is siblings who stick together, who have been through stuff, who continue to come back, and even like throw Demi and Jesse into that, like people who grew up together and are still together. And like, when I tell you the nostalgia, the awakening between the Jonas Brothers tour and everything that is done, Allie and AJ turned 20, the anticipation of what's to come with Hannah Montana's 20th, Taylor Swift being on New Heights podcast, The Summer I Turned Pretty still releasing episodes. Like, how is the millennial women working? How are we still doing our jobs? Because all of this, like keeping up with the emotional nostalgia, is a full-time job right now.
And we need it. You know, this is a crazy time to just be a person. And we need this more than ever.
It's so true.
Like, we need this, and they know that. And that's so true. That's a more beautiful part. Quick blurb about The Summer I Turned Pretty. If you have not watched it, I'm about to say something that is a mild spoiler.
Just
can Belly stop being such an idiot? How about that?
I saw something today that was supposed to be empathy building. It was like, when you see, if you didn't watch the most recent episode, skip. Anyways, when you see her so emotional, like over Conrad and being like, you hurt me more than anyone's ever hurt me, or like, you get context for the fact that she's 21 years old. And like, Conrad was the first person she loved when she was 17 years old. Wow. And he broke her heart. And it is like crazy when you think about it like that. But then also, I don't care, because I don't think at 21, I think you can be smarter than this. And so I get it. And I know we were trying to build empathy. And yes, has she been through a lot and whatever. I also saw something today that I actually think you're going to agree with, Chenele. That was, is Susanna actually the villain of the show? Now, rest in peace to this hypothetical person. But from a young age, she kept telling Belly, like, you're going to marry one of my sons. You're going to marry one of my sons. And telling the boys, like, you need to take care of Belly. You need to take care of Belly, and putting the pressure on them. So, like, does Conrad really love Belly, or did he feel like his mom always wanted him to love her? And that is like his connection to her. Does Jeremiah really love Belly, or was he like, well, I need to fill a void if Conrad's not going to, so now I need to do it? Like, what is this? Does Belly really like either of them? Or did she feel like, oh, this was what Susanna would have wanted? Because people throw that out all the time. I saw something that was like, can you take out the trash? That's what Susanna would have wanted. Like, people are so flippant with that phrase. And so is she actually the reason this is all like this?
And then she says stuff like that, putting these responsibilities on these young people, and then she just kicks it.
And then she died. And it is a tragedy, but like trauma bonds are so real. And like Belly, Conrad, Jeremiah, like they're all trauma bonded together in different ways. And it is wild when you think about it. And like, that's like Belly has referenced that. Like, I told Jeremiah, like, I'd always be there to like protect it after Susanna, and I'd like, I'll never not be there for him and whatever. Like, everybody is like doing this out of some sense of loyalty. It's very interesting. There's a lot to be said there about how much pressure we put on people, you know?
It is very interesting. And honestly, in this last episode where Conrad said, I love you, and she said, we were never anything, okay? Let me just pass. Let me just pass into the eternal realm, because I don't understand.
That's crazy.
How someone can be such a dumb idiot. But I'm here for the next episode.
And to say such a horrible thing.
And to say such a mean
Conrad
thing.
Like,
if
you
you
go
don't
to California
like him,
and live his life. But,
truly,
you know, that's not going to happen because it's a show.
That's not going to happen.
And whatever.
But the deal is that if Belly chooses herself at the end of this, I will cancel my Amazon.
It's been worth nothing. It's been worth nothing. I just, it can't happen. That can't be what happened.
If she ends up going to Paris and finding herself, I'm going to cancel my Amazon subscription.
I know, because we've seen that film before. Like, there are shows like that, and good for them. And if this was real life and Belly was my friend, yeah, go to Paris. But you're not my friend, and you are for my entertainment, and you better fall in love with one of these brothers. Ruin this family as we have requested before. Like, you've already done it. Conrad just said, when I see my brother marrying you, I hate him. Okay, so they already hate each other. Like, the deed
just follow
is
through
done.
to the end. Let it be complete.
I know.
So we'll see, you guys. The summer I turned pretty. We'll update you next week.
When will this stop consuming our entire brains?
I don't know. Who knows? I live for a teenage drama.
Same.
Speaking of drama, our next story is about something that I've really been appreciating this week. It's called In the Beginning, a Bible Story for the Girlies. It's a podcast of a young lady that just goes through different Bible stories. And she essentially goes through the entire Bible. And she speaks of the Bible stories as if she is just friend to friend spilling tea with a friend. And I honestly love it.
Just hitting you with the hot gossip of the day.
And this is less of a story and more of a promo for something that I think could truly be beneficial for those that are just on the peripheries of maybe you haven't cracked open that Bible in a long time. It's building up dust. That's okay. Audiobooks are the new wave. Listen to some of these titles and tell me that the Bible doesn't sound super interesting. Joseph, the reunion tour. The drama is high. The emotions are higher. And yes, this is one tearjerker. In this episode, we're diving in the wild reunion between Joseph and his long-lost brothers. Joseph is going through it, guys. Join me as we unpack the awkwardness, the healing, and the reconciliation. Because if Joseph can forgive the people who sold him into slavery, maybe we can forgive the friend who still owes us money. Okay?
Maybe.
There's one. Joseph from pit to palace. Jacob wrestled with who? Abraham and Lot, the movie. Okay? The bold and the biblical. Tamar's baby daddy drama. Float like a baby, talk like a bush. Okay? How about when Pharaoh messed around and found out?
Oh my gosh.
In this week's episode, we are giving the showdown. Moses versus Pharaoh. God versus Egypt. Gods. And there's a whole lot of frogs and flies and change minds. We're talking the plagues, God's power, and why the Red Sea said parting is such sweet sorrow. Even through all the chaos, we see God's heart for his people. Spoiler alert, he always wins. So grab your tea, your Bible, and several seats. Girl, let me tell you about the God who delivers. You guys, these are the kind of things that we need to be promoting more.
No, truly, like no notes. This is perfect.
No
And
notes.
if you're on the fence, if you like this podcast, you will like that. Like same energy. Same energy.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And like
it's so funny.
good. Like it's
And why hasn't
actually
anyone
good.
thought of it? You know, my favorite, I did listen to Float Like a Baby, Talk Like a Bush.
So
And
good.
in the description, I listened to that this afternoon on my drive home from work.
Mm-hmm.
And in the description, she says, expect murder, staff to snake action, and a surprise circumcision. Like, honest to God, if a friend texted me that, I'd be like, tell me what's happening right now.
Tell me more. Like, I'm into it.
And the Bible
so
is
good.
the hot goss. It is the hot goss.
It is the hot goss. It is the Gospels. It is the goss.
So in the beginning, a Bible story for the girlies. Check it out. It was I did listen to the Float Like a Baby,
good.
Talk Like a Bush.
I love it. I think everyone's
so
really
funny.
gonna enjoy that. Tell us your favorite story.
My favorite Bible story, period.
No,
my favorite.
I'm sorry. I was talking to the community. Once you listen, tell us what your favorite story is so we can compare notes.
Drop in the chat.
Should we? I know we have no free time, but I'm going to put it out there to the listeners. Mm-hmm. Would it not be so fun to have a Bible study, but we're listening to these? That would be so fun.
Okay. You know what? We're going to pray on it. We're going to pray on it.
We're going to pray on it.
Because I did like that. I do
Everyone
like that.
do think about it and think about like what night would work for y'all.
I do love that. Okay, so let's pray on that, friends. And let's crack open our Bibles.
Let's read.
There were a lot of people in the Bible. We know that. A lot of different stories. A lot of people just vibing, doing their thing. There were also a lot of people of a particular lifestyle. Those lifestyles, particularly meaning virginity. There were a lot of virgins. Virgins are the new wave. Everybody's talking about them.
Yeah.
And speaking of everybody talking about virgins, there is this new show called Are You the One? And it's a dating show. Are You My First? I apologize. And it's a dating show with virgins. Because the obsession with virginity is just on a new level. There's some shows on, I think there's a show on TLC called like Virgins or something. And it's just following the life of a couple older virgins.
It's like they're wild. Like animal, like who would think there would be these people in the wild?
It's just all about the virgins. So
it's crazy, right?
Are You My First? Enlist the hottest group. This is quote from the Hollywood Reporter. Quote, the hottest group of virgins ever assembled. Search for intimacy, love, and maybe their first ... time having sex. It's a wild concept for a dating show, according to Hollywood Reporter.
I mean, it is.
Though reality TV isn't foreign to unique structures, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. How does the show work? Essentially,
that's what I want to know.
They go on some dates, and as they get to know each other, it's kind of like Bachelor in Paradise, but they're all virgins, and maybe they have sex with each other.
Yeah, is it ending in like fantasy suite situation?
I think so. All 10 episodes are now streaming on Hulu.
Kind of crazy. I do feel we need to know more about this.
So what are your thoughts upon first blush? Like, what do you think about this?
I think it's interesting because depending on what these people's reasons are for being virgin, like, I don't think they're going to want to end the show being like, and then I just did it. You know, like if this is like they're getting engaged Bachelor in Paradise style or Bachelor style, then like, I get it. That's legit. But here's honestly, my biggest hesitancy about this, because reality TV is going to reality TV and it's going to be probably horrific and whatever. Here's my biggest issue is one of the last quotes on this page.
Yeah.
Is I'm also competitive, and I'm like, it's not about dating and it's competitive. Put me in, coach. Enough with the competitions. Enough with the competitions. I am like, are we watching a love show where people are falling in love? or are we watching Survivor, and can we just pick a side? Because yes, Love Island does that, and Love Island has been popular, but now like Bachelor in Paradise this season, all of a sudden it flipped and was like, now we're competing and we're having challenges and we're doing whatever, and they're just trying to do the same thing. And now are they just, these virgins are just going to be competing, like doing what? Like what is happening? Does everything need to like result? And I'm curious in the ending of this, so now I need to watch it and find out. Might just watch the last episode. Are they going to win money at the end in some way or shape or form? Because now Bachelor in Paradise, the winning couple is going to win $500,000. And obviously they win like, what is it, 100,000 on Love Island. And so Bachelor in Paradise was like, well, we're going to 5 times that. Okay. And it really, to me, feels like such a reflection of the culture. Like, love wasn't enough of a prize. Like, finding the one at the end of this was not enough of a prize. So we're going to also have to give these people like a cash prize, because finding your spouse, take it or leave it. But leaving this island with $500,000, that I'll do.
Now you're speaking to me.
It's crazy, right?
And
so I feel like this is going to be the same thing, and it's going to be something like with their virginity tied into it, and that just feels really like problematic. And so I'm leery of, I'm leery.
So we'll see, you guys. I don't know. I might just have to log on. I might just have to watch it. And
it's so crazy.
Something that's curious. Caitlin Bristow is one of the hosts. They said they were being interviewed, and they said, the Hollywood Reporter asked, why do you think that virginity is such a narrative storyline in reality TV shows, especially coming from Bachelor Nation world? She was formerly the Bachelorette. She said, virginity and having sex is such a topic. You're kind of in the situation where if you talk about sex, it's like, whoa. And then if you've never had sex, people are like, whoa. It's very polarizing. That always makes for good conversation, or in this case, good TV. It's a conversation that we all try to shy away from. But in this generation and where we're at in life, it's becoming more of a topic of how important it is to talk about it and be accepting of people's choices. Very interesting. And I am intrigued by the polarizing piece, because I almost wonder, does it make it more polarizing that we constantly talk about how people are virgins?
I know. Like, does that make it weirder? And correct me if I'm wrong, Colton, who's the co-host, was he the Bachelor that was a virgin? That was like a big deal. And then Caitlin is like pretty forward with her sexuality. Okay.
Yes.
So they're like doing it in the show. So her being like, it's crazy how polarizing it is. And it's like, well, the two hosts of the show are also these polarizing opposites. And so it's like we're leaning into that as a society. I do think the obsession is intense. The obsession is so intense with like needing to know where people are at with that, and just, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to openly have a show. They obviously have seen that people go nuts if anyone on any of these reality shows is like, I'm a virgin. And so now they were like, well, let's just go for it all the way, you know? I don't know. It's a weird time to be alive.
I'm really intrigued. It's a strange time to be alive. I'm going to look up, what is the name of this TLC show? TLC show about virgins. What is this? It's called Virgins. Yeah.
That's helpful.
It follows 4 adults over the age of 30 as they navigate the dating world and their journeys to potentially lose their virginity.
See, it's so crazy, because
it really is.
Like in Catholic world, it would be like, those are just Catholic people trying to get married. But it's like this big thing. It's very interesting.
It's very interesting. And hey, like Catholics, hey, we're into, if you, having sex, beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And I'm just curious about the pro emphasis on just the virginity. And I am also curious about who these people, what they're like. I think there's a lot of like justifying that people have to do when they are a virgin, then they have to like operate in a certain way to make themselves seem more like normal, more like a regular person. So I'm wondering what kind of framework they're going to go from, of like, kind of, is it going to be a bunch of, perceptive wise, like nerds, quote unquote? Or is it going
Yeah.
to be more people where it's like, this guy like is a tattoo artist and he also
They're going to try to
does
really push
motorbikes?
it. Yeah.
Are they going to try to it's just interesting because as much as the world is wide, the world is wide and there's so many types of people. So I'm curious. I'm curious. So
Same.
we'll update you next week, you guys, with the first episode of this show. And I'm just curious. It's either going to be the first episode or what happened in the last one, and then we'll just recap it.
We'll just see what's happening for us.
We'll just see what's happening for us.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a weird time to be alive, but thank God that you're here.
Thank God for the Jonas Brothers and Ali and AJ and Demi Lovato and Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. Like we're alive, you guys.
We're alive. In the words of Celine Dion, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
I'm alive, and so are the people that are constantly making these Virgin shows. So thank God. Well, we love you guys. The world can be a bit depressing sometimes, but we are
not us.
Definitely not us.
Much
we
love.
love y'all, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.